Welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. It's another week in Mexico, and we have a new car to unlock. Or I should say, we have another car to say goodbye to. This is the Ford Fiesta from 2023, the final ever Ford Fiesta. We have some very cool car customization for this thing, which we're gonna check out. But before we go and do that, we need to unlock the thing. And before we do that, the Forzathon shop. What is the wah 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 horn? We actually just dropped some new AR12 stickers. We have this new AR12 1-year celebration sticker to celebrate 1 year of the new AR12 store. We only have 500 of them, and I've gone and wrote what number each one is by hand. And because a lot of you people have very slow cars, I've also gone and made more C-Class stickers. As always, they have free shipping anywhere in the world. You can go check them out. There's a link down below. Let's go! That only took us 14 minutes to unlock the Ford Fiesta. It has a 1.5 liter 3-cylinder engine that puts out 200 horsepower. It's a little lightweight front-wheel drive hot hatchback, and I think we can all agree, if you're a car person, you like this car. As per usual, this wouldn't be an AR12 video without any fun facts about the incredible Ford Fiesta ST. Today's a bit of a sad day. Essentially, Ford has been running this Ford Fiesta ST program, or like the ST program, for quite a while now. They've been building fast Ford Fiestas dating back to the 80s. I think the XR2 was like the first fast Ford Fiesta. That was really hard to say. Fun fact with this thing though, the Ford Fiesta was actually the best-selling car in the UK from 2016 all the way up to 2020. And when I say best-selling car, I don't mean best-selling hot hat. I mean best-selling car. In 2021, Ford brought back the Ford Puma and turned it into a crossover and started investing heavily in that thing. And ever since then, the Ford Fiesta has been collapsing in terms of popularity. In 2024, Ford announced that they are killing off the Ford Fiesta. And I'm not gonna lie, this one hits different. When you hear Lamborghinis killing off the Lamborghini Aventador, or Ferraris killing off the supercar that they've been making for the past couple of years, those are sad. But the Ford Fiesta, this is a car that either you own one, you know someone who's owned one, or you've been sick in the back of one on your way back from a late night out with your friends. And when Ford announced that they were killing this thing, it's not like saying goodbye to any other car. It's like you're saying goodbye to an old friend. And I think that is the most disappointing part of this car. Now we can jump back to the festival. I want to see what customization we have for this thing. And I think we need to start off with the elephant in the room, the engine swap. We've got a 1.5 liter 3-cylinder engine, and we can swap in a 1.6 liter straight 4. That's actually the exact engine that I was hoping for this. Said absolutely nobody ever. How cool would it have been if we could have got Ken Block's Ford Fiesta engine from Gymkhana as an engine swap for this car? The Turbo Rally is great, but there is so much left on the table. Anyways, I guess we'll start off with the stock engine for this thing. I guess we'll also start front-wheel drive, and maybe we'll go to the top of B-Class as like a realistic build for this thing. Luckily, though, we do have some maxed-in design parts for this thing. We've got some cool front canards. We've got some very cool front bumper stuff, which I think looks lovely. Our rear wing is also quite nice. It actually debadges the rear of the car. From a licensing perspective, that's really interesting. You don't see too many cars in this game that actually get debadged. 3 different maxed-in design rear bumpers, which change the look of the... Oh, that's pretty cool. That's like a little diffuser down there. That's sick. I like this one, though. That looks awesome. It's just very subtle little parts, but I think they do look very nice. What if we make kind of like an autocross build for this? So let's go street tires, and then let's try to get as much weight reduction as we can. Get some thick front tires up to 235. We also have some engine spacers, which you love to see. They're not the biggest thing out there, but I will not make any more comments, and we'll just move. Whoa! Apparently, the Ford Fiesta is quite large in the rear. We'll upgrade the transmission 1 notch. We don't want to go all the way because then our PI is just going to crank too high. So if we can get away with a little bit of stuff here and there, sure, we'll take it. If we are going for a little autocross build, I think getting some upgraded brakes would be quite nice. Anti-roll bars, definitely important. Good. And then weight reduction, yes. 2,200 pounds. Like every Ford Fiesta ST owner ever, the first upgrade Has to be an exhaust. Maybe an air filter. Good. And then I've got 2 PI left over, so let's get that going. We don't have very much horsepower, but we should be absolutely rapid in the corner. We've got all of the normal manufacturer colors, the black, white, gray, which should be banned by law. They should only sell this thing in green and red. I've said it before, and I will say it again. I will run for prime minister with 2 promises. Number 1, I will ban all junk mail. And number 2, I will be banning the sale of black, white, silver, and gray cars. Make car colors cool again. The turbo in the tunnel is sick. Our little Ford Fiesta ST through the streets of Guanajuato. Since we don't have autocross, this is the next best thing. We're going to be able to test out its impeccable handling abilities. So what I really like about this thing is it is super lightweight, 2,100 pounds. This is lighter than an MX-5. That's insane. That is proper hot hatch stuff. We're going 3 wide at Cathedral. That's a bad idea. Here we go. Get a switchback on the Mini. Thank you very... This is glory. You know what I think the biggest problem with this car is? Because it's not the latest and greatest supercar with 25,000 horsepower. So many people are going to miss out on this car. And if they do, you are going to be thoroughly disappointed because this is lovely. I'm honestly so surprised the handling is this good. We have no try-hard aero parts. All of this is just the maxed-in parts. And the fact that it can take corners like this is mental. Look at the little dash. Performance gauges. Wait, is that a boost gauge? Wait, I've got a working boost gauge? That's sick. You know how everybody's like going to therapy nowadays for mental health reasons? I would like to introduce a very effective way to fix mental health issues. A hot hatchback. Very effective. Might not be as cost effective, but very effective. 100% effective rate at curing depression. I think one thing that we've definitely got to do with the little Ford Fiesta, straight up, we need to go rally racing. We can kind of make our own homemade rally car, our own homemade WRC Ford Fiesta with a big wing and with a front splitter. Anyways, I'm also gonna go for some chunky off-roading race tires. There's only one set of wheels we can use. 1552s going on the Ford Fiesta. If you drive a Ford Fiesta and you swap the wheels and they aren't 1552s, you should feel bad. 400 horsepower, 2,400 pounds. The all-wheel drive has made us quite a bit heavier, but that's fine. A little bit of rally racing in the early morning stages. Away we go. Look at all the hot hatches we're going up against. Now this feels right. It's got an insane amount of grip, this thing, but it doesn't really have horsepower. Handbrake it. Look at the grip. The grip is outrageous. You can rip the handbrake going into the corner, full 90 degrees to where the corner wants you to be. And then you've just got all of the grip in the world to bring it back in line easily. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. That is amazing. Fiesta on Fiesta Violence. Switchback, baby. Up the inside. What a send. What a lovely send. This thing, it might not be a fast rally car, but boy, is it a fun rally car. I kind of want to do a homemade hot hatch modern day WRC challenge. Oh my days, that could be fun. This is such a fun little car to drive. Incredible. I love that. I guess we should just figure out how fast we can make one of these things. I guess I'll also leave the upgraded engine. This engine's definitely going to have more power than the stock engine. And then we'll just toss on some racing slicks. They're already as thick as can be. I guess now we'll go for some lightweight wheels again. We definitely need the weight light. The lightweight. An S2 Ford Fiesta is outrageous. Again, it's not fast. 668 horsepower. Introducing the Ford Fiesta ST Supercar Killer. We've got Dodge Vipers, M3s. Is that an Audi R8 behind me up in front? Oh my God, you just don't need to brake. Oh my God, the Corvette. Bro, you don't need to brake. Oh my God. Ah! Boys, this thing with the pops and bangs, of the anti-lag is outrageous. It's just a constant poo-shooting fireball machine. The amount of flames are unreal. We really did turn it into like a homemade rally car now. I'm also trying to gain on this Supra. This Supra is hella fast in front. Come on, gain. Late on the brakes. I'm not going to be able to go. Yes. Yes. Bully the small thing. Goodbye, the Nathan of vehicles. All right, now to get the Supra. The dummy thick Supra. I don't know if the Ford Fiesta is my favorite hot hatch of all time. It's certainly up there. Boy, is it a great car. Gaining on the Supra. Gaining. The Supra's gonna need to slow down for the corner. And we barely do. We got him, baby. It really isn't the fastest car. It's so not. But it's such a fun car that puts a smile on your face. I know there's a bunch of people who are watching this video who own Fiestas in real life. They must be the happiest people out there now, because I think the developers have done this thing. They've done it properly. And with our lovely S2 class build out of the way, we have one more thing to go and do. We need to pay homage to a friend. I like it. You know what? I'm gonna throw the 3-cylinder back in. All-wheel drive is staying on. We're gonna do this properly. I need the 1552s back without a doubt. Let's also go and get our drag racing tires so we can do some proper big skids. After all of our upgrades, only 430 horsepower on the stock engine, 2,300 pounds. This car was built for one reason and one reason only. It is to blast around the streets and put a smile on your face. What car did Ken Block use when he drifted around Guanajuato in real life? Was it a Focus or a Fiesta? Oh, it was a Focus? This is not what this car was meant for, but we're doing it in spirit, which I think is good enough. Casually drifting through the tunnels of Guanajuato. I will say this engine isn't the best thing I've ever used. It's definitely a little underpowered. That was a nice 360 and then a tap on the tunnel wall past the church in the Gymkhana car and then straight back into the tunnels. It's gonna bother me forever and ever that this car is no longer a thing. It is an absolute disappointment and Ford should bring it back.